Hello world, we are on. This is Passion on Purpose. This is the NextGen experience, Power of Partnerships at the Enactus World Cup 2021.
Enactus is the world's largest experiential learning platform, developing next-gen leaders with a head for business
and a heart for the world. Next-gen leaders can rise and create change thanks to those who believe investing in students who take entrepreneurial action for others creates a better world for us all. This is Enactus.
Partnerships at the Enactus World Cup are partnerships for action and impact that go to work all year and work around the world 24/7.
Welcome now to the NextGen experience, Power of Partnerships.
This is something that's really important to City. We believe that we and others in the private sector have an important role to play and a responsibility to help prepare young people for the world of work. We do that in lots of different ways. Of course, we hire young people. Young people are really important to the success of our business, but also we want to invest financially in the futures of young people. So in 2016, the City Foundation made a $100 million commitment to programs around the world that help prepare young people for the world of work, providing them with the skills and the opportunities that they need to succeed. That program, thank you to partnerships like the one that we have with Enactus, has been such a success that in 2020, the Foundation renewed its commitment with a further $100 million commitment. As I said, partnerships like the one that we have with Enactus and the Impact at Work program are incredibly important to us. It's brilliant to see the impact that young people are having through programs like this. For the last 4 years, we've seen those successes in Morocco, Algeria and Tunisia, and for the last 2 years in Senegal. We've impacted the lives of thousands of people, but I think I'm particularly proud of the 150 social enterprises that have been established and are out there in their communities making an impact every day. That is just fabulous for us. This is a partnership that we want to continue. We look forwards to that. And I very much look forward to the stories that we hear from all of your successes going forwards. I just want to thank Enactus for the partnership. I also want to thank our esteemed panelists today for their time and their valuable insights. And also, of course, to all of you for joining. I wish you every success.
Thank you, Rachel and City, for your commitment and engagement with Enactus. I'm Betsy Liley, Chief Development Officer of Enactus. Across the continent of Africa, youth face unemployment rates as high as 40%. Inspiring, educating, and leading youth to become entrepreneurs is a solution that will lead to economic empowerment. City's partnership with Enactus does just that. More than 10,000 students have participated in the Impact at Work project funded by City. It provided entrepreneurship and job training, as well as startup creation over the past 5 years. Today, we will hear from students from Algeria, Morocco, Senegal, and Tunisia about their recent projects. First, in Algeria, a transition from oil-driven industries is needed to those that inspire young people to be actors of their own future, to challenge the status quo, and come up with effective solutions for their collective futures. This student project comes to us from Algeria and is facilitated by a Enactus partner, the Algerian Center for Social Entrepreneurship.
مرحبا بكم معنا في الجزائر. Je m'appelle Sadiania et je suis ravie de vous accueillir ici, chez moi en Algérie. Alors l'Algérie regorge de trésors et la plupart de ces trésors sont réalisés par des gens qui donnent vie à l'art et à la culture à travers des objets. Ces gens, qu'on nomme artisans, sont dotés d'un savoir-faire unique et ces artisans expriment sans cesse leurs besoins en espaces commerciaux appropriés afin de commercialiser leur œuvre en vue de préserver leur autonomie financière. Yet Art est là afin d'octroyer à ces artisans la visibilité dont ils méritent à travers une plateforme de vente et achat où seront exposées toutes leurs réalisations. Mais nous ne voulons pas juste vendre, nous voulons aussi raconter l'histoire de ces artisans. Et ce, en vous permettant de communiquer avec eux. À ce terme, nous avons effectué des interviews qu'on a diffusées sur les réseaux sociaux. Et par la suite, vous aurez la possibilité sur la plateforme d'avoir accès à l'artisan et de vous renseigner. Faites-vous plaisir sur par exemple le processus de création ou peut-être la matière première. Donc cette solution est faite pour vous. Vous qui voulez acquérir des objets artisanaux, des objets traditionnels, des objets avec une touche de modernité comme la robe que je porte, faites-vous plaisir. Et parce que l'Afrique est riche culturellement parlant, nous voulons nous exporter au-delà des frontières. À ce terme, nous sommes en train de suivre actuellement un programme panafricain qui va nous aider à arriver à ce but. Donc, découvrons ensemble ce que l'Afrique a de plus beau à nous offrir et favorisons ensemble l'économie locale et l'économie africaine. Merci.
Je suis très contente avec Yed Art qui prend cette opportunité pour nous mettre un peu plus en avant l'artisanat et les artistes algériens qui en ont drôlement besoin. Et en plus, franchement, il y a de quoi faire. Hein. Nous avons de très très beaux artisans et des arts extraordinaires, magnifiques. On n'a franchement rien à envier aux autres. Hein, donc voilà, je suis très contente de faire partie de cette aventure.
La proposition de Yed Art est très intéressante, donc je viens de la connaître, et je trouve que c'est une opportunité très intéressante pour les artisans parce que ça va tous les regrouper. Et il va y avoir une liste de tous les artisans dans tous les différents domaines, avec leurs travaux, avec leur parcours, avec le nom des artisans qui vont être connus. Pour ceux qui ne sont pas connus. Et j'espère par la suite que ça va projeter et ça va aider ces artisans-là à faire connaître leur travail et à faire aimer aussi. Voilà.
Thank you to the students of Algeria and the Algerian Center for Social Entrepreneurship. Although Morocco has seen some major economic improvements, poverty rates and exclusion are still alarming. Youth are left at the margin of despair, and that could threaten national stability and increase informal migration. Enactus Morocco is responding by serving more than 5,000 students on about 100 college campuses with social enterprise and startup incubation programs. Here, student project Origami shows how tutoring can support education and youth economic empowerment while creating a promising business.
A little over a year ago, the world came together hand in hand to tackle a crisis never before experienced in the modern world, where a return to normal life seems a wish that at times seems unattainable. We have been victims of our own closed-mindedness and have not been able to change our way of life, but this is no longer the case. Let me tell you about the startup Origami. Origami, since its inception, seeks to actively contribute to the 4th Sustainable Development Goals through the development of innovative, sustainable, and impactful ideas while pursuing a single objective: to demonstrate our entrepreneurial leadership, to stimulate unprecedented innovation, and revolutionize one of the main business sectors in Morocco. Origami's mission is to provide every student access to quality education through the solution we propose, which is a personalized and quality individual support provided by Origami tutors, the elite of tutors in Morocco. Tutors at your disposal to allow you to surpass yourself, reach your goals, and realize your dreams. Origami offers its 4 services at the national level: home coaching in 3 cities of Morocco, Rabat, Kenitra, Casablanca, online coaching in all cities of Morocco, accompaniment at Origami centers in Tamara and Tifelt, accompaniment on the origami.ma platform. Origami is positioned on the education market with an estimated 6.7 million students in difficulty. Origami, during the year 2020 and 2021, could reach 277,000 students and could ensure 0.03% market penetration during the year 2020 and 2021, amounting to 500,000 dirhams of turnover with a retention rate of over 90%. This has allowed us to differentiate ourselves from our competitors, an offer that allows us to meet the expectations of each student, regardless of his or her academic orientation, capacity, and learning speed. How do we make money? Origami generates for each service it offers a commission for the hours of support provided by the tutor. The Origami platform allows an opt-in to soft skills training, allowing students to buy courses filmed by us with our tutors, as well as to access live conferences which each student and his tutor go through quizzes and continuous monitoring to validate learning, and allows its tutors to study the improvement of the level of the students by statistics of answers to the quizzes and questionnaires. Origami's investment plan is based on the rate of return on investment of the year 2020-2021, which was 350%, in order to create new job opportunities and accompany many more students nationally and internationally. For the online and home support, an investment of €8,000 for the application origami.ma, €4,000, which will allow us by the end of 2022 to be able to generate a total of €210,000 of turnover. Origami today allows each student to create his own origami, his own career. Thank you.
From Morocco, we travel to Tunisia, where Enactus students are energized about the future, but it takes a considerable focus and drive to see past a gloomy outlook. The youth across the region need new inspiration, job creation, and to reduce the recent escalation in extremism. Enactus Tunisia is developing an innovative group of 3,000 young entrepreneurs on 70 college campuses to build a brighter future, as you will see in this presentation. Take a look.
Even one cigarette butt can pollute 3,000 liters of water per hour. Even this small quantity will lead to the blockage of most of the sewage system, which will eventually result in large-scale floodings and massive insect invasions.
Homes and shelters were washed away. Lives were taken away. These past 3 years, 700 houses were heavily destroyed and 8,000 citizens were victims of these inundations. Sadly, 160 inhabitants died this decade because of them. What about municipal employees? The forgotten soldiers that work in unbearable conditions with unbelievably limited means provided. These workers are bound to die from head to toe inside dirty sewers to unblock them, risking their health, risking to catch malaria, corona, and so many other diseases, gathering and cleaning our dirt.
All of this made us seek an answer to these daily problems faced by our community. And through this quest, one very simple yet revolutionary solution was born. We called it ZigoFilter. ZigoFilter is a graded metallic filter made to fit inside the sewers. It allows rainwaters to pass through normally, but retains big waste and mud so that they do not block the underground pipes.
ZigoFilter is the answer to a major part of the problem faced by municipalities in Tunisia for the 5 following reasons. Number 1, it is easy to install and easy to lift, which was the main requirement given to us by the municipal workers we've met. Number 2, it is easy to clean. Workers just need to pour the garbage directly from the cage to the garbage truck, which is 15 times quicker than traditional processes used in cleaning the sewers. Number 3, the capacity of ZigoFilter is very large. It takes up to 6 months to be filled to only 3 quarters. Number 4, the cage is galvanized. Galvanized meaning it is covered in zinc, which extends its life expectancy of up to 7 years. Galvanized iron is also hard to melt and reuse, which prevents our cages from being stolen. And number 5, according to numbers given to us by the municipality of Sukra, their spendings will be cut down from 50,000 dinars to only 3,500 dinars each year, which is 93% times less. This is exactly why ZigoFilter is a simple solution that has a sustainable and positive impact on the environment, the society, and the workforce taking care of it.
ZigoFilter impacts our Tunisian communities on more than one level, both directly and indirectly, and here is how.
ZigoFilter created 3 jobs and thus improved the lives of 3 families.
It impacted the lives of 27 municipal workers and their families.
It offered a new source of income to an iron-making business and all its 40 employees.
It prevented annual floodings and so saved 280,000 people from their devastating consequences.
It prevented the suspension of schools that happens each year due to the floodings and so impacted the lives and education of 96,000 students.
3 municipalities saved 144,000 dinars by adopting our solution.
ZigoFilter showed it was possible for young enterprises to cooperate with government entities and thus reaching all 10 SDGs.
How has your Impact at Work project affected your future ambitions and your career goals? It has actually affected me in more than just one way, both on a professional level and on a personal level. My vision for the future used to be limited. I've had never seen myself as someone who would take initiatives, defend a cause, and make a change. Now, I find myself seeking to create a career where I will be able to make strong social outcomes. I aspire to bring to life what I've learned over the past year through creating more projects that have social, economic, and environmental impacts. One of my career goals is to establish my own social enterprise where younger people can learn to be more empathetic to the world we're living in, to succeed in the world of business, and to lead the change.
Thank you to the passionate Enactus students of Tunisia. In Senegal, youth have limited job options, even with college degrees. While Senegal's economy has been gaining strength, the employment growth for youth has been far more limited than for older workers. Enactus Senegal is supporting its youth to create innovative responses, as you will see in this project.
Hi everyone, my name is Neymah Aidan again. I'm from Senegal. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Eco Builders MS. I'm a civil engineer and I have also a master degree in environmental sciences. We are the winner of Impact at Work competition here in Senegal, and our company Eco Builders MS is providing an optimal storage solution for farmers. Why? Because in Senegal, 70% of our active population are farmers, and we are losing half of our global production due to the problem of storage spaces. And one of the biggest objectives of our country is food security, and we are losing a lot of food because of this problem. That's why we use the power of engineering, bioclimatic engineering, to provide this solution. This solution can conserve the potatoes during 3 months and the onion during 6 months without using any energy, only the property of natural material coming from Senegal. We want to conserve food and solve the problem of food security here in Senegal, because we know that we are producing enough. The only problem is the fact that we are losing the half of our global production due to the problem of conservation and storage. That's why we designed this optimum storage solution made with recycled materials such as tires, bottle, and plastic bags, and we are solving this solution. We conserve more than 200 tons of onion and potatoes this year, and we are working with more than 1,000 farmers around Senegal. Thank you.
Thank you to the Enactus students of Senegal, Tunisia, and Morocco, and thank you students of Algeria. The Impact at Work project funded by Citi is a partnership with Enactus that not only creates immediate project impact, it also positively impacts students for life. Standard Chartered grew from an Enactus country partnership to now reaching 8 Enactus countries. Please welcome Julie Wallace from Standard Chartered.
I'm Julie Wallace, Global Head of Sustainability and Community Engagement at Standard Chartered. At Standard Chartered, we believe that social and economic inclusion leads to more prosperous and sustainable communities. That's why we set up Future Makers, our global initiative to tackle inequality and promote greater economic inclusion. We believe in the potential of young people, and our ambition is to empower the next generation to learn, earn, and grow. Enactus is one of our strategic partners, and together we've reached 25,000 young people across 8 countries since 2018. We've learned so much through our partnership as our employees volunteer their time and skills to be judges, mentors, trainers, and career counselors. I'm proud of all that we've accomplished together and look forward to sharing examples with you in our work.
"对自己未来的职业规划有一个更好的思考，
开拓一下自己的眼界，
结识更多的朋友，
锻炼更多的职场技能。
都非常的好学，而且求知欲非常的强。
就是我们在这里因为扎打相遇，因为创新相遇，每个人都是一个星球，每个人都闪闪发光。
同学们的参与度的热情，他们表现出来的激情，都是超出我们当初对项目的设想。
So Enactus Ireland works with students to help them develop a better understanding of societal's complex issues. Students can choose an area that they are passionate in or connected personally with and develop a project. So our students choose what they would like to work with, who they would like to work with, and what kind of projects they would like to work on.
So my project is called Unitas, and it aims to empower and integrate refugees and asylum seekers, also known as the international protection applicants. And we aim to integrate them into the local communities in Ireland, because at the moment they are based in the direct provision systems, which are basically for-profit hotels which are run in accordance with the government. We basically try to help upskill people and kind of get them into education and employment as well. Yeah, so Enactus and Standard Chartered both have been very helpful, and it's the way like their partnership is run as well. And we received, because of Enactus, we got in contact with Standard Chartered, and you know, we met our mentor. Her name is Sally, and I think she's just an amazing human being, and she helped us a lot in kind of, because she works in a bank and in like, you know, an organization which is more professional. I kind of got that experience from her.
Enactus has taught us, you know, our values to just keep going, and even though you might face many barriers, just to keep pursuing your service and that your product is worth something. My mentor from Standard Chartered was Hint Nakari, and I believe she's the Senior Sustainability Manager at Standard Chartered. She was the most fantastic mentor I think any time in the month could have got. She really, you know, I always remember she told us, girls, you have fire within you, just ignite it. And I think that really drove us to just push past all those things that we thought were impossible and to achieve things that no one ever told us that we could achieve. But most importantly, she just taught us to believe in ourselves, and I think that's the best thing you can do with the social enterprise, is just have a bit of courage.
呢是我们的一个起点，然后呢也可以让我们了解到今后自己可以进步的空间。也很珍惜这一次的相遇，以后有缘我们一起再见。加油，未来银行家！
I am a future maker.
I am a future maker.
I am a future maker.
Thank you to Standard Chartered for your support of Enactus. As we continue with the power of partnerships, we are proud to introduce a brand new initiative and collaboration. 10 of our 35 Enactus countries are on the continent of Africa. Many of our team projects work within and with countries on the continent. There is much more we can accomplish for the Sustainable Development Goals when we work together. Please welcome Elgar Bomer, Vice President, Network Relations, Enactus.
Thank you, Jeff. Welcome to Action with Africa, a new opportunity for Enactus teams conducting and creating Enactus projects on the African continent to collaborate, innovate, and accelerate their impact. My name is Elgar, and I'm Vice President Network Operations and Learning at Enactus. In the next 15 minutes, we will take you through the opportunities available to you in this project, which kicks off in January 2022, through a panel with 2 Enactus country leaders and an Action with Africa Q&A with 2 passionate Enactus students. Action with Africa is made possible by the German Federal Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development, implementation partner GIZ, and Enactus Germany. Thank you all for your tremendous efforts in realizing this partnership to initiate and enhance Enactus projects across the African continent that have the objective to stimulate development of civil society, create economically sustainable jobs, boost projects addressing the SDGs, and enhance economic recovery post-COVID.
Enactus-Teams hier in Deutschland und weltweit wollen die Chancen Afrikas nutzen. Mit soliden Ideen, ansteckender Leidenschaft, unbändigem Einsatz und klaren Zielen. Sie stellen sich den Problemen unserer Zeit. Sie übernehmen gemeinsam Verantwortung für andere, für sich und für eine bessere Welt.
Africa, of course, is an emerging continent and is growing very fastly.
We can find the right formula to do the same thing in Africa and to create the biggest growth and the biggest prosperity potential worldwide. And that's what we would strive for, and that's what I also think is a very big chance of Enactus.
I think it's a fantastic opportunity to really look at what we are doing all together in Africa and then accelerate the sustainability targets in Africa, while at the same time we try to activate the civil society.
We can, of course, contribute our own network and link it to the Enactus network and make the best out of it.
Today, it is my great pleasure to introduce two Enactus country leaders who have realized significant impact in their countries through their entrepreneurial endeavors and their leadership of Enactus in Morocco and Kenya. Thank you for joining us today, Maha Shefa and James Shigwati. Hi, Maha and James. Maha,
guten Tag.
Hi everyone. Maha, we just shared the objectives of the Action with Africa project. What do you, right now, see as the biggest opportunities on the African continent to address these objectives?
Thank you, Elgar, and hello everyone. Africa for sure has a great potential as per its human capital, as well as diversity of natural resources in various countries. It is the world's largest growing continent in terms of population. Just to mention, 60% are under 25, which means for us Enactors that a huge potential for youth to be mentored, to create empowering opportunities for them. It can go from as early stage as preschool into universities and beyond, enhancing and involving incubators and innovation. It means also create networking and collaboration opportunities between local, regional, and international organizations. This is for sure to raise awareness around SDGs, implement projects addressing pressing needs, and involving local communities and creating sustainable jobs. Involving global and regional also funders and philanthropy organizations to enhance this cross-country collaboration, boosting the experience and sharing success stories and also scaling them. And this is for sure the power of Enactus. It's also an opportunity as per post-COVID recovery to help raise the economy and recovering it, while we have this spirit of doing business differently, leveraging access to internet for everyone, and having digital as an amplifier of impact.
Thanks, Maha. And you're definitely showing the power of partnerships, that opportunity that in Africa through the power of partnerships. James, one of Enactus values is collaboration. And boosting collaboration across Enactus teams in Africa is also one of Action with Africa's core goals. How do you see that we can best create a culture of collaboration across Enactus teams on the continent, and what impact will that have?
Habari, guten Tag. Thank you for the question. Yeah, I think one of the very clear messages that the COVID-19 pandemic brought to the world is we have what we call shared challenges. So when we have shared challenges, it means that collaboration becomes a very strategic method of solving some of these shared challenges. We know COVID has slowed down the economies. As Maha has already pointed out, there's a challenge of jobs. We've seen some of the projects that the teams are doing across the continent. Some of the solutions Morocco is coming up with can actually apply to Nairobi, can apply to Johannesburg. We also see the possibility to create a mindset change, especially with Europe. You know, when we partner with, let's say, teams from Germany, the perception that maybe the best that Africa can do is to dance to music. I mean, we've just seen examples of good projects, good startups that happen here in Africa. And previously, we've had an opportunity as Enactus to take youth to the Africa Union headquarters to showcase to the leadership of the African continent that the youth have the capability to play a bigger role in offering solutions. And as Maha pointed out, when you talk about digital platforms, the key actors in such platforms are young people. So I would say, yes, we have big partnership opportunity. And this is a very good initiative, to tap into the young people's energies using the Enactus platform.
Thanks so much, James. Do you have some experience as well in that? You're within Enactus and your activities in that cross-border collaboration?
Yeah, we've done this before. This was the year 2014, where we did a Sub-Sahara project. In this case, we were looking for how we can involve young, educated university students in food security matters. And it came out so powerful that educated young people can participate in food security matters without necessarily having to go back to the farm, but using their skills, for example, in strengthening value chains, in the marketing aspect, and nowadays with the digital platforms, they are actually already playing a bigger role in e-commerce and even in matters COVID, we know in terms of e-health. So it's something we did in 2014. Now with COVID, I think it shows we need each other more than probably the past.
Thanks so much. Maha, as we are kicking off this project in January 2022, so just a couple of months to go, that's the time when all Enactus teams conducting projects or starting projects on the African continent can apply to participate. If you had one word to describe what success of this project would be to you at the end of 2022, what would that be?
Well, I would say it in 2 words. It would be sustainable impact. And I would say on behalf of the continent, shukran for this opportunity.
Amazing. James, would you have 1 or 2 words as well in this regard?
I would say 2 words. I think joint ventures. The skill sets are strong across the continent, and creating joint ventures to intra-Africa trade opportunity. I think this is going to be a big driving force to have young people take this initiative.
Thank you, Maha and James, so much for joining us today. And thank you for all you do to support developing next-gen leaders.
Thank you.
The next part of this session is a Q&A that we'll be doing with 2 students. As Action with Africa will open its application process for all Enactus teams conducting projects on the African continent in January 2022, there is also an opportunity and additional opportunities for teams in Africa that at this year's national competition, so at 2021 national competition, became first and second. You will be able to participate in the Action with Africa 77-second film challenge to also take place in January 2022. Let's see in a short video how that works.
Calling all students of the world, it's time to team up and take action. If you're working on a project on the continent of Africa or a project with Africa from anywhere in the world, this opportunity is for you. Even if you're just thinking about starting a project, check this out. Funders are now coming together to give you and your team a big boost. It starts with Enactus and the German Federal Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development announcing Action with Africa, the new initiative to help achieve critical global goals. Many of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals were crushed during COVID. Now, it's time to rise stronger than ever. This is a comeback for the planet, an opportunity to support the amazing resources of Africa, for people, for planet, for prosperity. Positive impact starts with action. At Enactus, action is our middle name. Welcome to Action with Africa. Smart, sustainable solutions are just an idea away. Action with Africa begins with creating a short 77-second film about your team and about your project. The 2 top teams from each of the national competitions of Africa are invited to simply submit a 77-second film. Then, you're just seconds away from $20,000 USD awarded in project funding. In 2022, all qualified teams will be invited to sign up and join Action with Africa. Learn how your team could receive technical support, coaching, guidance, and what you need to succeed at the speed of ideas. Simply go to plus.enactus.org to learn more.
We are excited to have an incredibly talented Enactus student joining us today, Salma Siraj. Salma is an engineering student at Mohammedia School of Engineers, EMI, and former team leader of Enactus EMI. One of the team's well-known projects is iTerra, an agricultural station that increases crop yield by 27%. Last year, the team was able to impact people all over Africa thanks to this project. Salma will today answer some questions about Action with Africa that we imagine all of you will probably have before kicking it off in January 22. And Salma, before you will answer some questions about Action with Africa, can you share what passion on purpose means to you?
Yeah, sure thing, Elgar. So first off, assalamu alaikum, everyone. So passion is what we call in our native language a sharaf. And it's a word that represents for me the capacity to go through challenges very easily with lots and lots of motivation. It really is that strong feeling that pushes you to the limits and beyond. So for Passion on Purpose to be this year's Enactus World Cup 2021 theme, it really showcases what Enactus is all about and what Enactus students are capable of doing and how they are able to change the world.
Thank you, Salma. And we have a great surprise, namely that Ivy Katour is also joining us today to also answer some questions regarding Action with Africa. Thank you, Ivy, for getting back online. Ivy is a team member of Enactus Moi University, West Campus in Kenya. And Ivy and her team founded Project Agri-Race, which is focused on reducing post-harvest losses and increasing food security. Ivy, as I just asked Salma as well, could you be, or are you able to share what passion on purpose means to you?
Yes. So hamjamboni, it means good evening. For me, passion is the inner drive that lights me up to perform a task, whereas the purpose, it's the reason behind that drive. As Enactors, our purpose is cultivating the social entrepreneurship skills in our students and impacting the community through the skills, through the projects we come with. So Enactors Moi University was passionate on reducing post-harvest losses and reducing food insecurity in our nation. So it came up with a project called Agri-Raise, which when it's implemented, it fulfills the Sustainable Development Goal number 2, that is zero hunger. Yes.
Thanks, Ivy. And Ivy, now that you're back, could you briefly share with us what is Action with Africa all about?
So it's an impact program that's sponsored by the German Ministry of Economic Development and Cooperation. Its goal is to enable the Enactus students and their projects to create a greater impact in the planet. This is by providing access to project funding and expertise. Okay.
And we just shared already a brief note, which was also seen in the video, about a 77-second film challenge. Ivy, can you share who can participate in this 77-second film challenge?
So the 77 film challenge is open to the 2021 top 2 competitive teams which are from Egypt, Eswatini, Germany, Ghana, Kenya, Nigeria, Morocco, Senegal, Zimbabwe. Yes, and even South Africa.
Great. And don't forget Tunisia. Thanks, Ivy. And Tunisia, we got you covered. So Selma, for the students watching as well, how do you sign up and what needs to be submitted for the 77-second film challenge?
So, if you are one of the top 2 teams from your 2021 national competition, please reach out to your country leader and register on plus.enactus.org by entering your team data and submitting the audit report you handed in for the national competition. Then, make sure to produce a video that clearly presents your project idea and goals. Finally, in January, you will need to upload the 77 seconds video and submit a one-pager describing your project.
So as creating movies and films is sometimes can be an expensive exercise, will participating teams receive financial support to produce these video clips?
Yes, for sure they will. Each team signing up will receive a total of $1,150,000 in 2 steps. You can use the money, for example, to buy technical equipment to present the project the best way.
That's amazing. And how will the Action with Africa 77-second film challenge winners be decided?
An international jury will watch and evaluate your videos. The winners will be announced in January, and a total of $20,000 will be awarded as project funding.
Thanks, Salma. That's really good news. Ivy, could you share something about next year? What will change in 2022 after we concluded the 77-second film challenge?
So Action with Africa will be open to all the Enactus teams who are running their projects across Africa. Yes.
And how can teams participate in 2022?
So the additional information will be announced by the Enactus leaders and also from the website that is plus.enactus.org. That's the short form organization in December this year.
Excellent. Yes, indeed. So all the information will be shared on plus.enactus.org in December, and your country leaders will also have it. The teams that are conducting projects and filming their projects in the 77-second film challenge are receiving some funding. Will Enactus teams participating in Action with Africa in 2022 also receive project support?
Of course, yes.
Selma?
Enactus organizations across the globe will work together to create a training program that shall help you to reach your project goals faster and more effectively.
And next to collaboration, competition is always a part of Enactus. Is there a competitive element in Action with Africa as well, Ivy?
Yes, all the Enactus teams have the chance to engage in the regional competition awarding, where they'll get the funds to advance their projects.
So and the winners will be invited. Yeah.
Sorry for interrupting.
So the winners
Go ahead,
will
Selma.
be invited. So the winners will be invited to join the prestigious Enactus World Cup 2022.
So there's plenty of opportunity for students and teams participating in Action with Africa in 2022. More information will be put on plus.enactus.org shortly, as well as it will be shared with your country leaders who will update you accordingly. Ivy and Salma, thank you so much for explaining Action with Africa to your peers. And we look forward to seeing you joining next year as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Once again, before we wrap off, Enactus Germany and the German Federal Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development, thank you for this opportunity to take action with Africa through the power of partnerships. Back to you, Adesina and Jeff.
Thank you, Elgar. You can continue to watch all the sessions at Enactus World Cup now through 21 November. So invite your friends, family, and those who are ready to experience a brighter future. Just link them to enactus.org/World Cup. Thank you for watching the NextGen Experience, Power of Partnerships.
Coming up, it's more Enactus World Cup and me off to the races. The biggest one of all is the Race for Climate Action. From 138 teams to enter this first-year race, you will meet the top 5 at the Enactus World Cup 2021.